Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss this question, smallest positive number missing from an unsorted array, which means we will be given with an array which consists of elements from minus infinity to infinity. That means we can have both negative and positive elements in the array, just like this array which I have shown here. So what we have to do is we have to find the smallest positive number missing from this array. That means if we start from 1, as we know the first positive element is 1, we will see if 1 is present here or not. Yes, it is present. Then we will move to 2. We will see in this array if 2 is present. Yes, it is present. Then we will move to 3. Now we will see if 3 is present in this array. Yes, 3 is present. Now when we move to 4, as we can see 4 is not present in this array. That means 4 is our answer because it is the first element which is missing from this array and is positive as well. Right? Now let's move to the approaches how we can solve this question. Now, the first approach that we are going to follow is brute force approach, which means we will have this array and we will start from 1 and we will traverse this array again and again to find that if this element is present in this array or not. That means we will start from the 0th index, we will go till second last index and we'll see that 1 is present here. Then we will go to second element which is 2 and we will see if 2 is present there or not. So it is present. Then we will move to 3 and we will traverse this array again and we will see if 3 is present or not. Yes, it is present on this first index. Then we will move to 4 and we will traverse this whole array and we can see that there is no 4 present. So our answer will be 4. But for every element to find that if this is present in this array or not, we have to traverse the whole array. That means here we have 2 in the starting and 3 at the second index and 1 at the second last index. But there may be a case like this that we have minus 2, minus 3, minus 6, then 2, 3 and 1. That means we have 1, 2, 3 at the end of the array. Okay. So we have to travel the whole array to find out if these elements are present in this or not. So for every element we can see we have to traverse the whole array in the worst case. So for every element our time complexity to find it will be big of n. As we also know that searching time complexity in array is big of n. So we have to go till we don't find the particular element in this array. So let's say we have to go till n elements and we have big of n time complexity for every element. That means it will be big of n square time complexity to find that a particular element is present in this array or not, or the smallest positive number missing from this array. For that the time complexity will be big of n square and our space complexity will be big of 1 only because we are not using any extra space. Now let's move to a better approach where we can find smallest positive number in less time. Now let's see another approach to solve this question. So in this approach what we will do is we will first sort this given array and we will get this array. That means all the negative numbers in the starting and all the positive numbers at the end. Now what we have to do is we will start from number 1 and we will go to the first positive element in this array and we will see if that element is 1 or not. If it is 1, then we will move to next element which is 2 and we have to see that if this element is 2 or not. It is 2, so then we will move to the next element and we will see if this element is 3 or not. Yes, it is 3. So now what we have to do is we have to see at the last element if it is 4 or not. No, it is not 4. So our answer will be 4 because it is the first missing positive element in this array. So why I am sure that answer will be 4 only, why we don't have to travel further if there are more elements in this array? This is because this array is sorted. That means if there would have been 4 in this array, it would be on this position only, where we have 5 right now. So the answer will be 4 only. This is the sorting solution, and it will take big of n log n time, as sorting takes big of n log n time, and we have to traverse this array only once, which will take big of n time. So total time complexity will be big of n log n, and we are not using any extra space, so space complexity will be big of 1 only. Now let's see hash set approach to solve this question. So what we will do is, we will take an hash set, let's name it HS, and what we will do is, we will put all the positive elements from this array into this hash set. Let's say we have 2, 3, 1 and 5 in this hash set, and why we are taking only positive elements is because negative elements will not contribute in this question at all, because we have to only find the first positive missing element which is not present in this array. So positive element can only be found with the help of positive numbers, because it starts from 1 only. Now with this hash set, what we will do is, we will check if 1 is present in this hash set or not. If it is present, then we will move to 2. If 2 is present, we will move to 3. Then if 3 is present, we will move to 4. And now we will get that 4 is not present in this array. So the answer will be 4. Okay. As we already know, in hash set, we can find any element in big O of 1 time. So in this hash set, as there are only 4 elements, we have to find till 4th element only. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, and we will get our answer. Why is that? Because if there could have been 1, 2, 3 and 4 in this array, this is the only case where we have to go till 5, because the first 4 elements will be present there and the first missing element will be 5. But other than this, if one of the elements is missing from this hash set, let's say instead of 4 there is 5, the answer will lie from 1 to 4 only. That means the time complexity will depend upon the number of elements in this hash set, because to search every element we will take big O of 1 time. So to search n elements, it will take n into big O of 1 time, which is equal to big O of n time, where n is the number of elements in this hash set. In the worst case, the number of elements in this hash set can be same as the number of elements in this array. It will be the case when all the elements in this array are positive. So we will put all the elements in this hash set, and we have to traverse from 1 to n plus 1 to find the number which is missing from this hash set. So the time complexity will be big O of n, but we are using extra space in this as an hash set. So our space complexity will be big O of n as well in the worst case, which is the same case when all the positive elements are present in this array. So space complexity will be big O of n, and time complexity will also be big O of n. Now let's consider one of the best solutions of this question. We have this array which consists of 6 elements, which have both positive and negative elements in it. Now we have another array which is just the segregation of negative and positive elements of the previous array. That means we took all the negative elements and put them in the starting of the array, and we took all the positive elements and put them at the end of the array. Now what we will do is, we will take another array and put all the positive elements in that array. Why we are taking only positive elements is because the negative elements has no role to play in this question. Why? Because as we can see, the question is smallest positive number missing from the array. That means we have to find the positive number only which is missing from the array, which is smallest, right? So negative numbers will not play any role. Now we are only considering positive elements. Let's consider this positive number array. The answer for this array will vary from 1 to 5 only. Let's see how. Let's take different examples of size 4 array and we'll find out how we can prove that the answer will be from 1 to 5 only. So let's take first example, which is the array consists of 1, 2, 3 and 4. These 4 elements. So their indexes will be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the answer for this will be 5. How? 1 is present, 2 is present, 3 is present, 4 is present. So 4 elements are present. So the smallest positive number which is missing will be 5 only. Then let's consider another example which will have 1, 2, 3 and any number which is, let's say, 100. Okay. So the answer for this will be 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is there, but 4 is not there. So the answer will be 4. Now let's consider another example. It will have 1, 2, 100 and 4. Okay. In this example, we have 1, we have 2, but we don't have 3, right? So the answer will be 3. Same as follows. As if we have 1, we don't have 2, we have 3, we have 4. Okay. And we can have any number here. We don't need 3 and 4 to be present. So the answer for this array will be, we have 1, we don't have 2. So the answer will be 2. And same with 1, if 1 is not present, it has 100, 200, 300, 500. So in this case, we don't have 1 in this array. So the answer will be 1 only. I am considering it in sorted order, but it can be in any order. We have to just see if that element is present or not. Okay. So the answer for this array will only vary from 1 to 5. And so is for any other array which has size n. For the array of size n, the answer will vary from 1 to n plus 1. Why is that? I have proved it here. And we can also think it logically because we have only 4 elements in the array. Okay. And if these 4 elements are the starting 4 elements of the positive numbers, then the array answer will be the last element plus 1, right? Otherwise, from these 4 numbers, one of the numbers will definitely be missing if these 4 numbers are not present in the array, right? So now let's go to the approach and we'll understand it better now. Now let's see the approach. First, let's consider the hash set approach as well. What we have done there is we took an hash set and we put all the elements from this array in the hash set, which is 4, 1, 6 and 2. We traversed the array and put it all the elements in this hash set. Now what we did was we started from 1 and we started seeing if the element is present or not. If 1 is present, we move to 2. If 2 is present, we move to 3. 3 is not present, the answer is 3. Right? So this approach is similar to this, but we are not using any extra space. Let's see how it works. First of all, we'll start traversing the array. We come to first element, we see 4 is present there. So what we will do is, we will find the index which has the same value as the value of the element at the first position. So we have an index whose value is 4. We go there and what we do is we make the element present at that index as negative. So what we are doing is, first we see the element which is present at any index. We go to that index and make the element present at that index as the negative of the previous element that is present there. Okay, it sounds a little tricky, but you'll get it. Then we'll go to next element. What we will do is, we will make the element present at index 1 as negative now. So we have index 1, we'll go to the element and we'll make it negative. Now it is minus 4. Now I'll come to third index, which contains 6. But there is no element present in this array whose index is 6, because the size of the array is only 4. So we will not do anything here and we will move forward. Now we have 2. We will only consider the absolute values of the elements present at any index. So now we have 2. We'll go to second index and we'll make it negative. So now what the array we are left with is minus 4, minus 1, 6 and minus 2. Okay. Now what we will do is, we will travel this array and we'll find the first element which is positive and return its index. So it is negative, it is negative, we came here, this is positive. So we will return 3, as we have indexes 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the answer will be 3. This is the approach we have to follow. We have to go to every element. We find the index same as that element in this array. If it is present, we'll go to that index and make the element present at that index as the negative of the previous element. Okay. So why we are doing this? We are doing this to make or to mark the present of that element in this array. So why we are doing this is because, let's say we have an array 4, 1, 6 and minus 2. So we have indexes 1, 2, 3 and 4. We already know that the answer will vary from 1 to 5 only. Okay. So while traversing, what we are making sure is that if this element is present in an array, so what I will do is, I will mark the index same as this element as the negative of the previous element. That will give me an assurity that this element is already present in the array, because if all the elements became negative at the end, that means the case is 1, 2, 3 and 4. That means all the elements are present from 1 to 4 and answer is 5. Otherwise, if any element which is left positive during this operation will always be the first element which is missing. Okay, so what we are doing is, we are making use of the indexes here. We go to every element, we go to that index same as the value of the element and make the number present there as negative. Why we are making it negative? To mark the presence of that element or that index. Okay, so this is same as the hash set approach. What we were doing there is, we were adding the element in the hash set. Instead of this, what I am doing is, I am making the element present at that index as the negative. So we can get an idea that this element is already present, so it can't be an answer. Okay, so let's make it a little clear. Okay, let's erase it and let's see something else as well. So there can be case where elements which are left after this will be 4, minus 4, 2, 6 and 7. Okay, these two elements can be positive as well. More than 3 elements can be positive, all elements can be positive as well. But we have to consider the first element. 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is the case, if two elements are left which are positive, so we will consider 4. So we will consider 3 because we have to find the smallest positive number missing from this array. Okay, I think you got an approach. Now let's move to the code. Now let's see the code implementation for this question. First, as we have already discussed, we have to segregate positive and negative elements from the given array. It will be done with the help of segregate function, which we are calling here. Now let's see what is the segregate function. So this is our segregate function in which we will take an array and we will take all the positive numbers and put them in the last and all the negative numbers and put them in the starting of the array. Let's take an example and understand this. Let's say we have 2, 1, minus 2, 5 and minus 6. Okay. Now to segregate, what we will do is we will take two pointers, which is I and j. With the help of these two pointers, we will segregate the array. So what will happen is, as you can see, I is the variable of the loop. So I will keep moving, and what we have to do, once at ith index we find the negative element, we will swap it with the element which is present at the jth index, and then we will move both our pointers ith and jth. So let's see how we are doing this. So first of all, in this loop we will find if array of I is less than 0. That means if this number is negative or not. It is not negative, then this if condition will not happen. It will move to next iteration and will come here. Okay. Now our I is here. We will see if array of I is less than or equal to 0. No, it is not. Then we will move forward. Now our I is pointing to minus 2. This time we will enter this if condition, and what will happen in this condition is we will swap. This is just a swapping code. So what we will do is we will swap the element at ith and jth position. Now this array will look like minus 2, 1, 2, 5 and minus 6. But now our j, as you can see here, will be plus plus. That means it will go to the next position. Our j will point here, and as the I also increases here, so now I will point to 5. Okay. Now as it is positive number, this if condition will not get executed. Then we will move here at minus 6. As we can see, it is negative number, so we will enter this if condition, and what is happening in this condition is we will swap both these elements which is present at I and jth position. Now our array will look like minus 2, minus 6, 2, 5 and 1. Okay, so this is the last array we are getting. We will have j at this index and I will move out of bound, so this loop will stop here, and we will have j at second position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have j at second position, and then in this function we will return j. That means we will return 2, and as we have passed the same array, what will happen is changes will occur in the same array only. So we will get this array and we will return 2 here from this segregate function. Now let's move down and see how this loop is helping us. Now we are here Here in this shift variable, what we have is 2. As we have already seen, we have returned j from the previous function and shift will contain 2 here. Also, our array is now segregated and it consists of -2, -6, 1, sorry, 2, 1 and 5, I think. Okay, that means all negative numbers are segregated from positive numbers. So now what we will do is we will take another array which is array of 2. Its name is array 2. Now this array will consist of the size which is equal to actual size of the initial array, which is 1 2 3 4 5, which is 5, and the shift, which is 2. So this array 2 will consist of the size 3. Okay, this is because we want only positive elements in this array, as we have already seen the approach before as well. So we will need only positive elements in this array, and this loop will do the same thing for us. It will put all the positive elements from this array to array 2, and what we will have here is 2, 1 and 5. Okay, now what we will do is we will just return this another function which is find missing positive, where we are sending array 2, which is this array, and j, which is 2. Okay, now let's see what this function is. Let's move up and we'll see that here it is. Let's erase some part of it to understand it better. We will have array 2 only here and j, right? Now what we will do is here j is received in the size variable, so our size will be equal to 2. Now what is happening in this loop is same as we have discussed before. What will happen is we will start from the first index. We will see if this element is present in this array or not. We will mark it by making the same index number element as negative. As we can see here, we are left with this array 2, which is received here as array, and the size is 2, as j has given the size the value 2. So we have this array and size 2. It will consist of 1 2 3, which are its indexes, but in the array we have indexes from 1 0 1 and 2. So we have to remove these indexes and we'll see how we will manage this part, as we have already discussed this question with 1 2 and 3. Now in this shift variable what we have got is value as 2. Okay, and this array is now segregated. Now this array is -2, -6, 2 5 and 1. Okay, so this is our array. Now what we have to do is, as we have discussed before as well, we will take another array which is array 2. This will have all the positive numbers from this array. So what we are doing is we are taking array 2 is of size minus shift, which is previously array size is 5 and our shift is 2. So 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So the size of array 2 is 3. That means we will move these three elements, which is 2, 5 and 1, in this array 2. Okay, this loop is doing this work. Now here we have considered one another variable which is j, and what it is doing is it is just counting the size of this array. So j here is 3. Okay, Now we have array 2 as 2, 5 and 1 and j is equal to 3, and we will pass both these values array 2 and j to another function which is find missing positive. Now let's see what this function will do. Now this is the function that we were returning at the end. So let's see what it is. We have this array now and its size is 3. So this is the function. That was the tricky part we discussed before as well. So what happens is we go to every element and we see if the same index as the value of this element is present in the array or not. If it is present, we will go to that index and mark the value as negative at that index. Right? This is we have already discussed. Let's see how we can implement it with the help of code. So we have array is equal to 2, 5 and 1. And one more thing that we have to keep in mind, previously what we have done is we have considered this array from first index. That means we have 1, 2 and 3 index as their indexes, right? But now as we already know that array indexes start from 0. That means we have 0, 1 and 2 as the indices of this array. So now what we have to take care is whenever we are updating the value, that means previously what we were doing is we found the value 2 and we went to second index and made its value negative. But now what we will do is if the value is 2, we will go to 2 minus 1 1th index, that means first index, and make its value minus, right? So this thing we have to take care of and we will be okay to go. Let's see now this function how it is working. Now we have this array with indices 1 0 1 2. What we have to do is we'll move into this loop first and let's see how it is working. We have I at the first position. Now x will contain the absolute value of 2, which is 2 only. So x will have value 2. As we have already studied that we have to take care of two conditions. One is if the same index value is present in the array. That means if we have 2 as the index of any element, we will go to that index and make its value negative. But here, as the indices started from 0, what we have to do is we will go to x minus 2, which is first index, and we will see if this value is present in the array or not. As it is present, we will make it negative. So, what this if loop is doing is it is taking care of these conditions. First is if x minus 1 is less than size, that means the value of that index is present in this array or not, it will be taken care by x minus 1 less than size. That means 1 should be in the array. Second condition is the value of x minus 1, array of x minus 1 should be greater than 0. That means if this element is already been negated before as well, as we can have duplicate value in this array as well. So we don't have to make it negative. It will stay like that only. So these two conditions that we have to follow will be taken care of by this if loop. Okay. So let's draw it again. We have array equal to 2 minus 5 and 1 because this if loop has executed and made 5 as minus 5. Okay. Now we will move again and now I will point at minus 5. What will happen now is our x value will be 5. So for this if statement to execute, what we will do is we have to check if 5 minus 1, which is 4, this value is present as an index in this array or not. But it is not present as we have only 0, 1, 2 indices in this array. So we will move forward and now I will point at 1. So x equal to 1, and now we will see the same if statement that if it is executing or not by doing this. 1 minus 1, which is x minus 1 equal to 0, and 0th index is present in this array. So we will go to 0th index and will make its value negative. Right? At the end, we have this array -2, -5, and 1. Okay. Now what we have to do is, this loop is over. Now we'll move to this loop. This loop is just executing, and as we have discussed before as well, we will find the first positive value and will return its index. So we have 0, 1, 2 indexes, and we have found that at the second index the value is positive for the first time. So our answer will be 2 plus 1, which is equal to 3. Because in this question we know that the positive number starts from 1. So we have to return 2 plus 1, which is 3 as an answer, because the array indexes start from 0, but the positive numbers start from 1 only. So we have to return 2 plus 1, 3. So our answer will be 3, which is I plus 1. If we don't find any positive number in this array, what will happen is, as we have already considered this case, 1, 2, 3 would have been in the array, and if we had these three numbers in this array, what will happen is all these three numbers will become negative, and we have to return 4 in this case, that is size plus 1. I think you have got it. Thank you.